maybe we are more fit. Looking at the squad, losing 3 very important players last year, maybe we have a little bit more of a Europa League team, a good Europa League team.
Are you kidding me?
Hi guys, welcome to GameTalk. Ajax just played a game against Valencia, the worst possible outcome. We lost the game and we're now third in the league, in the table, and we're going to play Europa League. Here to discuss the game today with me is Ajax.
Hi guys.
Ajax, what went wrong today?
What went right? It's such an unbelievable mess up of a game. I cannot wrap my head around it. How many things went wrong?
From the start?
From the start. The coaching, the decisions that has been made. The whole season, sometimes Huntelaar plays. We play short passing, combination football. I understand that some certain players are injured now. But what freaking happened at the first half, mainly? Only long balls from the left and from the right. When Tadic is in the center, Tadic is not a heading player. Tadic is a combination player. Tadic makes other people play better when he's involved in the game and can play short passes. What freaking happened? Is this a decision by Ten Hag? I almost think so, because he didn't change it during the game. The whole first half, only long passes.
I agree. For Ajax standard, we played a lot of long balls. True.
What happened there? What? Tell me. If Huntelaar is in the striking position, he never gets the supply he needs. And Tadic is now in the striking position, and we play the whole season, short passes, combination football, and all of a sudden, we have a new tactic this day? What freaking happened?
Okay.
That's the start of it. At the second half, the decisions he made with the substitutions, he didn't have a lot of options on the bench.
Yeah, that's true.
But seriously, the lack of coaching, like making decisions to make the team play better during the game, is it that difficult to tell your players, guys, stop playing long passes. Try the combination football. We're not in the 70th minute. We're not in the 75th minute that we have to push. We were 0-0 at that time, and we were playing long passes already. This is not the style of football we are playing this season, last season. Traditionally, way back, Ajax had the wingers. They played a lot of long balls. But we're not playing like this. And all of a sudden, that must be coaching instruction. I cannot wrap my head around it. Seriously, I'm just baffled.
Can I ask you another question?
Of course.
Is the weakness of Ajax also, is the strength? Let me put it first. The strength of Ajax is they always attack. Today, the situation is as follows. Ajax only needs 1 point to go ahead, in the group. In the first 2 minutes already, you saw Ajax going all attack. They didn't control the game. There was not a moment in the game that they controlled it. I mean, like having control over the game, playing passes from left to right, waiting for the moment to strike, etc. They were going at it. And what happens is you're playing in the strength of Valencia, because as we discussed also with Mr. T, they're one of the best in transition. If you lose the ball, they're deadly. They're dangerous. That's the strength of Valencia. And how did we concede the goal?
Whose fault is it that we played like that?
That's my question to you.
Yeah, that's all the things I was saying before. We played long passes. We played a long ball football, like passes in the center. This is not the play that Ajax plays. We play combination football. We want to get the win, and I'm all behind this, because we do not need to play like an Italian club, like for the draw. So this is no problem. But why do you think we didn't have control? Because we were not having possession football. We were playing long balls. Every time you get into the duels and trying to get the second ball, this is not the strength of our team. We do not have physical players that are big, like the central defender of Valencia, for instance, who cannot football at all, but he just heads away everything, kicks away everything. We do not have physical players in our team. We have technical ability of players in our team, not like fighting players. We have a little bit of fighting with Tagliafico and people who put the effort in, but we do not have the physique to win like the second balls all the time. It is the fault of Ten Hag. I cannot make anything else of it. Ten Hag decides what the game plan is, and if he sees that his players do not play the plan that he discussed with them, he needs to do an intervention within the game and talk with his main persons within the squad, like Blind, Tadic, and makes like with these remarks with them, tell the other players to play differently.
Okay.
What the freaking happened?
Look, despite the fact that I agree with you in this case, the tactic or the game plan was a little bit confusing to me as well. But let's be honest as well. There are a couple of players. They didn't reach their level.
Of course.
That they're used to do.
Yes.
And of course, we also have to use Noah Lang on the left. He just started playing because of the injuries of Neres and Labiat. So, and if you look at the bench that we have, there are not many options for Ten Hag either. I mean, we're bringing in Huntelaar and siemdejong. This also tells us a little bit about the squad depth that we have.
I totally agree. But I don't want to sound boring and reach back to the same arguments. But why do you think some players didn't reach their potential?
Because of the game plan.
If Tadic
According
is a
to you, because of the game plan.
Yes, because Tadic is a combination player. He's a false nine. Yeah, he's not a typical striker who heads the ball or is in the position that he finished all the time. If you only play him long balls all the time, how can he reach his potential?
Yeah,
how can you do this?
Yeah.
How can you, like Donny van de Beek, who likes to penetrate in the center of the field in the box?
Yes.
If all the balls go long into the center, how can Donny reach his potential? True. It all comes down to the game plan. And I'm sorry to say this, but I'm furious. You guys can probably see it. Ten Hag screwed it up for us. The ref was bad, but these are external factors. Ten Hag should have changed the game plan. He decides how the team plays.
Do you think in the second half we started playing a little bit better than the first?
A little bit, but still, let's talk about the last 15 minutes or last 20. The players get caught up in the theatrical play of Valencia.
Yes,
they are trying to get into little fights and arguments, and all the players get soaked into it.
Yes.
Sometimes 3, 4, 5 minutes pass, and this referee, this Turpin, he just didn't have control over the match.
I agree.
He just let it be. He has to be an authority in the field, and he has to. You remember Collina, the referee from Italy? Do you think he would have let it go this far?
No.
This guy I don't think he has anything to tell at home because
should we at this point really discuss, if we look back, not only this match, and I'm not trying to find an excuse, please don't get me wrong, but if you look at the 6 matches that we played, at least 3 of those matches, very questionable refereeing.
We got screwed. You can say it. I know you try to be political. We got screwed hard. This should not be an excuse. It's amazing that we still got 10 points. If you see the decisions, especially, this referee was just not in control and he let it slip out of his hands. This is just bad refereeing. Yeah. But the decisions made with Chelsea at the arena and Chelsea away, these were like, I still don't understand what happened there. But
Nobody understands.
It's water under the bridge. I do not want to be a sour loser, but some things I just don't understand today. To get back to my story, the second half, when we had to actually play long balls, because Huntelaar was in the striker position. Huntelaar is like the person that has to force something. What happened? You saw the players at that moment pass the ball for like a minute and search for the player who has to give the long ball. And the long balls weren't actually at the players who had to head it, because even Onana I saw playing passes at Ziyech, who has to do the first headers. Why not at de Jong? Why not at Huntelaar? Yeah. When they decide to go for the long ball, they pass it into the position of the field where the players aren't at the moment to head the ball. The first thing what happened when siemdejong or Huntelaar came in, I don't remember. What did Ziyech do? He played a short corner with another player. True. They fumbled the ball. No cross in the box.
True.
What?
Let me ask you a question. Of the 4 teams in this table, in this group, and I know it's very subjective questioning from my side because we're favoring one team, But if you can be very objective, who's the best team that has played all the 6 matches in your view? In other words, do you think we deserve to go to the Europa League?
No, I think
there's a difference between deserve and get it.
No,
but
I think we deserve to go through to the Champions League knockout stage, because in the first 2 matches, the 3-0 against Lille and Valencia away, it could also have been much more close than that. We got lucky with a lot of chances that they didn't finish. So if you look back at those matches, we could have won them both, but with a narrow margin. So that we get 6 points out of that could have been also when the margin would be more narrow. But against Chelsea, especially at home, we totally deserved some points there.
I think especially away.
Yeah, I'm sorry, especially away, we deserve more than that because we got screwed over hard. And that doesn't matter what any other person says. We got screwed over. There were like decisions that were not normal.
A home game with Promes.
Yeah.
Promes got the pass from Ziyech, and it was very strange VAR.
Yeah.
You remember that one?
Yeah, that we didn't see one shot with actually the ball leaving the foot of Ziyech and Promes in the position. Okay, then the home game, we got screwed over also. So we deserved more points against Chelsea than we have gotten like one.
But then, let's come to this game. Again, you're Ajax, you know what your situation is, you know what you have to do. Sometimes I think, look, I love this team. I love Ajax for a reason. I like the attacking mentality. I like the bravery. I like the fact that we always go. No matter who we are playing, it can be the biggest club on the planet. We always think we can dictate the game.
Yes.
But it's also our downfall in certain ways. That was our downfall with Spurs. And it's now our downfall again. Because if we control the game, like I said before, if we just control the game, I'm not saying don't attack, but don't go attacking at the high tempo at the 2nd minute of the game already. Why? Why should we do that?
Because this is our philosophy.
I understand, but why it's in such a high tempo? Why don't drop the tempo a little bit, keep the ball playing, like you said, no long balls, we lost a lot of possession, by the way, in the first half. It was crazy how many times not only that. I remember Noah Lang giving a ball, which wasn't good as well. Veldman,
he looked nervous.
Veldman was the one that just gave a pass in the middle and lost the ball.
Yeah, and then actually he cancelled the offside trap also.
Exactly.
All the players were walking out of the box to play the offside trap. What does Veldman do?
Yeah,
walks to the goal.
Yeah, it was not good by him today. It wasn't good performance.
He was like very poor.
Look, at the end of the day, I think it's very, very tough for us to swallow this. But
I'm furious. I have a hard time actually doing this video at this moment. But to get back at your at the topic that you were talking about. This is the downside sometimes of our philosophy. But we are Ajax. We play an attacking style of football. We should be proud of this. And yes, we sometimes can lose a match like this. And I don't say Valencia didn't deserve it. But when you play an attacking style of football, play it the way you are used to play it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't at a certain point after a 1.5 season of playing differently, all of a sudden play kick and rush football, like long balls and just go, like put it into the box.
Do you think maybe last question about this? Do you think maybe because Ten Hag came with a different midfield, he brought Alvarez in, he took Ziyech out of the 10 position, which we're used to play the last few weeks, and he put him on the right side. So Van de Beek became the number 10. And do you think that maybe because of that he had a slightly different game plan? Because Ziyech is the one that crosses the ball always, and when he plays number 10, he has more like the passes, the link passes in between.
I know you don't like this, but let me give you a question back. When you have Tadic at the striker position, in which scenario do you play long balls? Tell me this.
No, I agree.
How many times you switch behind him? In which scenario, when Tadic is a striker, do you play long balls?
I agree with you. I don't think that's a solution. I'm just trying to understand what Ten Hag was doing.
I gave Ten Hag a 2 because I'm sorry to say this, I love the guy, but today his coaching decisions were like pathetic.
Okay, let's talk about the rating because you already started about this. Let's talk about Ten Hag. You gave him the lowest rating of everyone.
I've never given, I think, a 2 this season. Oh yeah, I gave Mazraoui a 2 in one of his earlier matches.
Yeah, but today Mazraoui was actually...
He was terrific. He was my really man of, he was my man of the match. I have to choose a player from Ajax. He was my man of the match. He was terrific. He was the only player who reached his potential today.
I agree. I agree with this one as well. One question about Ten Hag, coming back. Why a 2? I mean, that's a very low rating for a coach.
It's easy to judge a coach on easy matches, like the lower matches in the Eredivisie. You have to judge the coach at the decisions that have to be made at important points in his career in the season. He just screwed up today.
Because of the game plan.
The game plan. How can you...
But you agree with the starting lineup?
I agree with the starting lineup.
Okay.
But I didn't know...
You agree with the substitution?
Huh?
You agree with the substitutions he made? He took Alvarez out, who had a yellow card.
It's difficult. We actually discussed this during the match. In my opinion, there were only 2 substitutions to be made because the bench was not that great. You could have taken Lang out because he was not playing that good. So in both scenarios, Lang is the one who's taking out. And you can just put Tadic on the wing position and Huntelaar at the striker position. That is option number 1. Option number 2 was almost like he did. Take Lang out again and put Dest on the winger position. I know he's a wing back, but in the youth he played a lot of winger play, like a right winger. I think he was when he was younger. So he has the ability to be a good winger. That were my 2 options for substitution, like in the second half. And that he brought in siemdejong at the last moment, I can understand it because he
wants to force something.
It was to force something. He didn't have anyone else on the bench. And maybe Siem could have forced something in this match. I don't know. But still, also at that stage of the game, Huntelaar, siemdejong are your header target man. You know, the balls weren't going towards them. They were like passing the ball front, back, left to right, deciding to finally put in a long ball. To who? To Ziyech? To other players?
What did you think of Ziyech this game?
Yeah, I cannot be mad at this guy because he
tried everything.
He tried everything and he's like our star player. I gave him a 5 because I think a lot of players were below par. So that you don't deserve a 6 in my opinion then. He made some... I was a little bit mad on him not making the shot at the goal.
Big chance in the 66
with his quality and being a star player and being one of the most important players in our squad. With his level. With his magnificent left foot and his technique.
It should have been a goal.
He should not maybe a goal, but at least between the posts.
I think it should be a goal.
Me too. But at least between the posts. It was like this was the goal and the ball was going there. That you cannot be too mad at him because he's a terrific player and he does a lot for us. But yeah, he gave him a 5. Okay. He was not that good.
One thing, last thing I want to say is at the end of the game there was Rodrigo who said in Spanish to the camera "Que milagro," and that means what a miracle. So that already tells you how they experienced the game. You know, they went into the game playing against Ajax and they experienced this as a miracle that they came through.
Yeah.
So it's it's very tough thing to swallow today. I think we need some time to process this.
Yes, I'm seriously.
But maybe, and I'm not trying to downsize Ajax like this, but maybe we are more fit looking at the squad, losing 3 very important players last year. Maybe we have a little bit more of a Europa League team, a good Europa League team.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
How can you say this?
Because at the end of the day, look, 10 points is enough usually to go to the Champions League round. But let's be honest. Today is a game that really mattered. Yeah. It was not one of those group games. Mm-hmm. So you're playing with pressure. You have to show what you can do. And we bottled it. But honestly, we bottled it today. Was it the fault of
the squad? Or was it the coaching decisions?
Yeah, we
maybe have a Europa League coach at the moment.
Look, you keep coming at the coach and Ten Hag in the game plan. I do agree with you on this one, but I also saw a lot of players not reaching their potential.
Okay, and if 3 of the most important players of your attacking play aren't in your squad at the moment.
But that also means that we don't have the depth in the squad.
Okay, maybe we don't have the depth, but you think the quality of our squad is Europa League level?
But I don't know why you're taking it the wrong way, because to be very honest with you, in the second half of the Europa League tournament, there are a lot of good teams there. So it's not like a second or third tier competition. It's not like the Champions League. Don't get me wrong, but it's not like something not worth going for.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I simply do not agree with you on this one. PSV has a Europa League squad barely. Ajax has like a Champions League
PSV
squad.
is out of the tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, because they suck. And because they have a Europa League squad.
Okay.
Ajax has a Champions League squad, got screwed over, and there were some bad decisions at the end. But still, the core of the group is Champions League level. At the Frank de Boer era, we sometimes played Champions League, and I would have agreed with you. But this time, I'm sorry, I just don't agree with you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you for being here. I'll see you next time.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you for watching. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace.